The gardening season in 2022 started out great with lots of spring onions and a good crop of early cabbages to make sauerkraut with. We also had some good greens for salads. This was my first full year of following the Rodale Organic Garden rotation system. I really like it because it helps me to not get overwhelmed with where I need to put certain crops. My direct seeded spring cabbages were a huge disappointment. They just don't have enough time to grow before the summer heat comes on, so I will only do transplants for spring brassica crops. But I'm going to try to let the hairy vetch cover crop grow in a part of the bed and then dig it in and direct seed fall brassicas in June for a fall crop. I will still grow transplants though in case the direct seeded crops don't survive the summer heat. This summer was one of the hottest and driest on record, but my garden survived it due to my Haas Tools irrigation system. But the tomatoes and peppers totally stopped producing because it was too hot. Next year I'm going to try to use shade cloth and see if I can get them to keep producing through the dog days of summer. I will also be direct seeding some sauce tomatoes or starting them later inside because I don't want them to produce till September. The slicer tomatoes I will start with the peppers in early February. Mulching the garden with fall leaves was a success, but next year I will be adding a thin layer of straw on top to help with deflecting the summer sun. Carrots need to be planted from mid-March to mid-April for spring and summer harvest, then planted in June and July for fall harvest. You need to make sure and harvest spring carrots before July. I won't be growing potatoes in the ground anymore because the Kansas soil is not the best for them. I will try to grow them in grow bags. The cucurbits I will be planting only out at my cabin next year because I'm sick of squash bugs and I hope taking a year off from the home garden will help to destroy the squash bug population. For seed starting, I need to make sure not to use the water reservoir unless I go away on vacation because it leads to dampening off the seedlings. For container gardening, never use less than a 12-inch pot. Must have good drainage, and use dwarf vegetable varieties, and set up a drip system if trying to keep them going in summer. And for watering, water garden every 5 days in hot weather, 1 to 2 inches at a time. Water once or twice a day when trying to establish carrots in summer, and use the burlap bags to cover them until germination. And buy more pelleted seeds because they are convenient. And that's all my garden lessons learned for this year. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.